it's half-past, by the only time that I be by your side. I only love it when you touch.
What is up, guys? My name is Lloydimus Prime. Today we are doing the first episode of our new series, but if you already know, can hear, we're in a public lobby. I'm doing this late at night. We have $100,000 in cash because we just bought in some vehicles, or at least I bought myself that vehicle back because I have to sell it and this as well for certain things to get some money and stuff, and then I had to rebuy that recently a few hours ago. So what we're going to do is we're going to do some races, and we're going to try to see if people are going to join. If not, we're just going to go nuts, and we're going to talk about a few things that are coming out. In fact, there's a DLC that's supposedly maybe coming out today. I was actually watching Libsy Jimmy's stream, if you don't already know him, and I'm going to go back to his stream, but I'm going to do this first. So let's get it. So we're going to go to my playlists, and we're going to start. Actually, we're going to create a playlist. But first we got to go to my playlists anyway. We're going to get rid of this, because it's not double RPs and stuff no more. We're just going to make one to do some stuff. So stunt races. We're going to do Afterburner. Zebra. Turbine. The Wave. Plummet. Racing Alley, H2O, and Maze Bay Ascent. Save. We're just gonna put KK. Actually, no. We're gonna do JK News. Okay, my playlists and JK News. We're starting the playlist. We're going to be using some custom vehicles that we have in our garage for some races, and then other vehicles just for other stuff. And we might even do maybe even a platinum thing. I don't know how long this video is going to go. We're going to put it up to a pretty long while, so stay tuned for all this content. And we turn the webcam on. You might not be able to see me as much. This is just because it is dark where I am, and I might not be able to continue this video as much. So we're going to try to get the video to a certain time, and we'll just see how the episode goes. So let's see, I'm going to put it on 2 laps. We're going to invite, current session, crew, friends, skilled match players, everyone. I'm going to even check here, see if anybody's online. I might even just go to Battlefront after this. So after this video, I'm going to even head over to Battlefront while I'm watching Lispy's stream. So, you know. Okay. I am actually trying to stay up all night, which kind of is making sense just because of certain things. I might do a stream tomorrow that will go all night. Maybe not all night, but it will go for an hour or two. So stay tuned for that, because we're going to play Battlefront. Either Battlefront or a different game. Maybe even Arkham Knight if we want to, or something like that. Maybe Grand Theft Auto, depending on what we're going to do. Might just play story mode and talk, but actually, you know what? We're just going to start it. We're just going to do some races and talk. And if anybody joins, they join. If they don't, they don't. Let's use our baddie. And we'll just use our custom stuff. And ready. Part 1 of 8. Okay, so what we're gonna talk about is a few things I kind of find intriguing, and also we're gonna talk about what the series is. I did almost release episode 1, but like it was different. It was a CEO thing, but mainly the only reason I did not release that video is just because it had editing issues and it didn't really save as much. While I was like watching the edit, it was all crappy, was bad, so I had to delete. So, and plus it like deleted after like a second of content. So I guess this is going to be the first episode. I have an intro, if you haven't seen it already, that goes with this, and we're only going to be playing Grand Theft Auto for this series because of CEO missions, races, and other things we're going to be trying to complete inside the game. We are at 129, we're almost to 130, we're just a few RP pieces away. And I'm hoping for some new races, because then in the morning, once I get up, I'm going to be making a video for y'all. So stay tuned for that. And also stay tuned for some more Galactic Mysteries. I've been trying to find a few more things or topics to talk on. So just stay up for that. Mainly, I also wanted to talk a little bit about the new DLCs in the cars. Mainly what I've been looking for is because I thought today, because it's August 1st, they were going to release the new content creator for stunt races. Because they already have the content creator out, but the stunt races version hasn't came out yet. So I was hoping they were releasing it today, because they did say August 1st or August 2nd is when they were releasing it. Now, it hasn't been released yet, but I'm going to restart my GTA every once in a while because I'm waiting for it, because there might be new cars and there might be new races, as well as the content creator to create your own races. Now the only reason I'm saying, like, I'm not saying there's any weapons being released is because technically really this is a stunting DLC. If there was any weapons being released, they'd call it something different. And plus, I mean, we've gotten past weapons before. Some of them, I mean, we've been hyped for, but not all of them we've wanted. Like, I've been wanting this new powerful weapon that they might release, something like that. Maybe even a railgun, depending if they do a futuristic DLC, because they did release a futuristic car known as the Grotti, which kind of was bad on the handling, depending on how you were handling it. You know, but that type of stuff. And also, I've been also trying to see if they were going to fix some of the checkpoints. Because if you play races with big people, with all like big lobbies, normally you never really see, like, nor really, what I mean is you'll like fly over a checkpoint. Like, let's just say I was gliding over a checkpoint, it would never register, even though technically if I was, because to see if that was real, me and my friends, we were in this regular race. Once in a stunt race, we were actually in a custom race for bikes, not like, and motorbikes, I mean, not like BMX, and we were just driving around, and it registered even though from high spots, but when we went back to a stunt race with bikes, it didn't really register sometimes, and that's like something I want to be fixed. And it doesn't just do it with bikes, it'll do it with cars, SUVs, you know, medical. It does it with everything, unless you're in a real race instead of stunts, which kinda is pretty weird on my end. One other thing I think I like to touch on is mainly about Grand Theft Auto 6, and there was this person who actually was releasing more pictures or something like that for Grand Theft Auto 6, and the only reason he doesn't name it pictures or leaked photos for Grand Theft Auto 6 is because YouTube and Rockstar have teamed up before. They don't want Rockstar stuff to get out. They don't want, so like, if you don't already know, I think Libs Jimmy, Cernando, I think these people have touched on this topic before, but Rockstar and YouTube have combined. They've teamed up on like one or two things. The first thing is if YouTube catches any video that says how to get hacked money or bonus money or like stuff like that for Grand Theft Auto, then they're going to basically get rid of that video, because it is kind of not only kind of an insult, ooh yay, 130, but it also is kind of what is it? you know how Rockstar is. They don't want any person who is like to get free money. That's not from like jobs like I'm playing, or from shark cards that you can buy and then the money will go to them, and you're getting it free because they want your money. Rockstar, every business that has a game like this, they always want your money, especially if you're buying a shark card like $100 8 mil shark card. If it bonuses to 12 mil or adds up with all the mil you have in your bank account, they always do this. And it doesn't matter if you are playing a game or if you're getting modded money for, like, say you go back to the 360 or PS3 or even PC and you just ask a modder, hey, can you give me a few mil so I can go back to my new gen consoles and mess around and buy some things. And sometimes modders would be nice, or they'd mess around with you. And I know people on PS4 were kind of doing this glitch where they would put like things like for CEO missions, they put like barriers or something like that, so you couldn't get the cargo, or you couldn't take that cargo and take it back to your warehouse, or if it was like VIP missions, you couldn't do the same thing. They do that sometimes, which kind of sucks because it doesn't make any sense on my end. But and then like basically one thing I want from this new DLC, and like that I want for the next DLCs that Rockstar is going to put out, is I want them to give us something new and good. If they give us something new and good, I'll be happy. And one of the main things I want them to release, actually, excuse this, is I want them to release something that's going to be pretty amazing. Or really what I'm supposed to be meaning and saying, I want them to release a race that kind of reminds you of a tornado, or kind of reminds you of certain things. Like, I might even build the race and play it, and might play it with my friends once the content creator for Stunting Races comes out. But the one thing I do want to see in the future of Grand Theft Auto's Cunning Stunts DLC, especially in the creator, is this huge. You start at the top, and then you have to drive all the way down until there's just this one hole, and you have to go in the hole, and it leads to a tunnel. And say it's like high in the air, like up there, and then you go all the way down to get to the ocean, and then you just jump out, and then there's this huge ramp like the one I'm on, and you're just driving regularly. And then there's one huge ramp with boosts on it where you have to boost back up to get to the finish, and like it's like a lap thing. Like, it isn't point to point, but it's laps. And then once you're doing so, gosh, the Sprunk. I like the Sprunk Buffalo, but it's bad on turning depending on if you customized it. But mainly, like, I want them to release a good race, and then like they have this twist, like, or something that has to do with the windmills over there, because they kind of are useless depending on what you're doing. I want them to release something that's good, and the only thing that I'm kind of mad at right now is that I'm mad that apparently they don't add a setting that has to do with guns. Like, why can't we use our weapons inside the stunting races? I know it's a stunting race and it doesn't include that. Crap, that was the Buffalo's fault. That was not mine for that drive there. But because like the only thing you're allowed to use is just your car to spin out the others, and it kind of sucks because I want to be able to use a gun to shoot the tires, especially for people who just use the supercars or the sports cars or the cars that they don't own, they don't have customized, and then mess them up, especially if they customize but they don't have enough money to put bulletproof tires on them. Like, I want to do that stuff. And I hope they add that feature, because you can just make a customizable race and you can add that features in yourself, but it kind of defeats the purpose, because in Grand Theft Auto, there is no rules to racing. There's always something that's going to happen, and sometimes hackers or modders, or kind of the same thing, they'll do this crap, and it actually sometimes is pretty funny, because I would like to attack people. I would like to do that. Down in the comments, depending if people are going to talk, Tell me if you think they're going to come out with a DLC. Like, this is after Cunning Stun stuff comes out. Like, tell me in the comments if you think, in a DLC, like a DLC is gonna come out, but instead of like the biker DLC, which people have been talking about lately, like, well, really, actually, what DLC do you want to come out for Grand Theft Auto? Like, look at the past DLCs, and then look at, or like, tell me in the comments, tell me, like, just mainly on Twitter or anything, like, tell me what you want to come out with, what Rockstar wants, might release. Like, do you want a futuristic Terminator type DLC? Do you want another, like, say, Cunning Stunts Part 2, or a CEOs type Part 3 DLC, or do you want, I don't know, ILGA Games to come back? Like, what do you want to come out with? What do you want Rockstar to make and release into Grand Theft Auto? Mainly, do you want them to actually come out with maybe a space DLC, like we finally get the interior or to the exterior to space, and there's like some space stations or ships we can use, or like say they add like an island with a rocket, and you could just drive, or I mean fly up into space. Like, do you want a space DLC? Do you want a Terminator DLC? Do you want a job DLC where you can apply for jobs in Grand Theft Auto, earn money, do missions, kind of like the CEO stuff, but you could pick what job you want to do. Like, say, do you want to be a cop? Do you want to be a mainly, like, do you want to be a paramedic? Do you want to be a firefighter? Like, what do you want to be? And then there's like certain jobs that are included. That's kind of what I want. A job DLC where you could just pick any job in Los Santos and you can actually do it. You can work for that, for the people, and it's kind of like the CEO, except you don't own it. You just apply for the job, and then you can always leave it and join another, or you can do this or that. You know, it's that main stuff. It's that stuff that I find pretty cool, in that, like, you can become a cop and you can get there, like, just in case you, like, don't have the guns, which obviously is pretty retarded if you don't have the weapons, or if you don't have any money at all and you haven't, and because the glitch gets patched, you never can wear the uniform for a cop. That's the easiest way to do it, and then you could just buy the uniform. Blech. You could buy the uniform and do all that. Tell me, because I want to see what you guys want to say about it. What do you want to pop up? But I guess we'll find that out soon, because really the only thing that's been kind of hinted at is a biker DLC for the later future after Cunning Stunts, which, if they do so, I would like to see some stuff like maybe from, like, in GTA 4 when they had that little DLC that had to do with kind of biking and all that. Like, if they release something like that in the future, I will be pretty happy, but I'm still rooting for that job DLC, or at least something maybe called Cunning Jobs, or maybe even something called police training. Like, if they gave us a certain DLC that had to do with the law, like the police and all that, it'd be pretty nice, because then you can arrest people and put them in jail, and, like, you could stun them. Like, you have a stun gun, a shotgun, a pistol, and sometimes, depending on what happens, you could be a SWAT, you could be just a regular police officer, you could be an investigator. Like, you can have those certain ranks. Like, say, a whole new ranking system starts up. Like, say they come out with a police DLC, and a new ranking system pops up for being a police cop, or cop, basically. Like, you could pick what you want. Do you want to be a cop, like from rank and all that? Oh, crap. From, like, your ranks. Like, rank 1 to 10 might be just a trainee, like a high rank officer could have you as a partner, and then, like, maybe 10 to 20, like, to police ranking 20, like 10, like, let's just say police rank 10 to 20, like 20. You have the access ability to become a you can become basically the leader, or just like instead of being like a partner, you can be the man who kind of is the leader of you and your partner and all that. Like, you're higher in rank, and then 20 to 30, depending on how things go, you can, like, be maybe a investigator, or what was it? You could be, basically, I'm just gonna say an investigator. cop or something like that, and then you can be like, because that would really make use of the police stations in Bolingbrook in Grand Theft Auto. You'd have those certain things, and maybe like 30 to 40 you can have access to become a commissioner, or maybe that's even 40 to 50 or 50 to 60 or even to 100. You can be a commissioner, you could be a cop, and you can be a SWAT. You can, or really, instead of an investigator, you can become a SWAT, and then investigator could be 30 to 40, and then 40 to 50 might even be commissioner, and then they have those types of ranks, and then 50 and up is just higher in your ranking of being a cop, and you just have those different ranks. I think that might be pretty cool, and they come out with some new let's just say cop cars. Like you can use your own cars, like maybe not the stunt vehicles like the Desert Raid, which is being stupid right now. Like, I mean, the car's good, but it's like acting stupid just because it's like sliding on the dirt. Like, you can customize certain vehicles. Like, you can pick a certain van or four-door, and you can customize it to be a SWAT car, you know, armor it up and stuff. You can use a Kuruma and turn it into a police cruiser, but it's like a police Kuruma. So it's like, it's customized up. It's a police cruiser, but it's armored all the way up to the stuff of a Kuruma. And you just have that certain things, or you can use just a regular Buffalo and turn it into a, you know, an actual cop car. Like, you can do those certain types of customizations, as you might have heard me say. Down in the comments, tell me what you want for the DLC and what you imagine might happen, say if a police DLC does come out. And I might even ask Rockstar, gosh, I'm sleepy, so if I mess up, that means I'm blacking out almost, because it's like 4 AM. Mainly, what do you want to see? And in fact, if you like this police DLC idea, hit me up with a like and a comment, and also, I would like to see if you guys would do this. Go to Rockstar and ask them, what do you like, because they always look at the comments on the Newswire and all that to see, like, you know, from the people who play Grand Theft Auto, to see what ideas that can make. And I guarantee you a police DLC might be an idea they've looked at, and if enough of you guys like that idea and we can ask them, it might be something they might use or create. Remember, this is more of a criminal type game, not more of a police game. Like, you could just go to a police simulator or a police game and you can act like them. You can play Batman, you can become Commissioner Gordon in a certain level. I mean, you could just go to those to do those certain things. But in Grand Theft Auto, imagine there was a system where you could be the one who enforces the law on the criminals. Kind of like on the CEOs and stuff. It's kind of like a CEO of cops, except for this time you are like this, or like a government DLC, like instead of your CEO building sometimes doing drugs and all that, like you can switch it into different modes. Either you want to do a drug, like just a regular CEO building, or you can buy the government building, and you can buy different government buildings to expand your government agency, like SHIELD and all that. Like, because my government agency that I kind of have in Grand Theft Auto is SHIELD. If Rockstar was able to come out with the DLC where I was able to expand that and kind of use it for my, you know, my organization for government stuff, it would be pretty nice, because then the name SHIELD, Strategic Homeland Intervention Enforcement and Logistics Division, would kind of have a meaning in Grand Theft Auto 5. So down in the comments, as I said before, tell me what you think tell me the ideas for a DLC that you want to come out with, and tell me if the police DLC might be good and the government DLC might be good. So I will see you guys on my next episode of Prime's Crimes, which is actually what I'm calling this series, because that's what the intro is, and I actually just thought of that when I was creating the intro. So that's what we're going to call it, Prime's Crimes, and it isn't mainly going to be just because of my crimes in the game, but mainly just because of being a Hellborn biker or a certain type of thing in this Grand Theft Auto game. In fact, we're going to be doing CEO stuff, we're going to do missions in Grand Theft Auto, customs, like Rockstar missions, we're going to do stunt races, regular races, those types of things, and from the DLCs, we will be also, if we get enough money, if we get enough hype, and our channel grows to 100 subs and more, we will be doing DLC streams, all-night streams, depending on when it comes out, and playing the DLC. We'll be doing that stuff. I will see you guys in my next video. Peace out, and see you all on basically a Battlefront stream, because that's what I'm doing next.